Today we're going to be setting up the Channel Master Stream Plus OTA DVR. If you haven't watched the unboxing video yet, you probably want to do that. I'll put up a link right here. The setup of this was actually pretty easy. I didn't shoot any of the part where you hook it up on the outside because you just basically plug it in. Plug it into the wall, hook it up with an HDMI cable, and you are done. That's all it takes to get this little box running. However, I did shorten some of these sequences a little bit. Total time to set up was actually about 25 minutes. Start by turning it on. You'll see the Channel Master boot screen, and then it goes into the all too familiar Android boot up screen. This is something you see on every Android TV box. It actually takes a little longer than I'd say there. Pairing the remote control is very easy. Follow the instructions on the front. Again, I didn't have to shorten this too much, but you get the idea. From there, all you have to do is choose the right language. In most cases, it can be English United States. And then, if you actually have an Android phone or tablet, it's very easy to set up. Personally, I didn't, so I had to enter in a lot of this information manually. But it was still pretty easy because you could hook up a USB keyboard to do it. Connecting was very fast. Immediately, it's going to check for updates, and it's going to update fairly quickly. Not as quickly as you see here. This is shortened quite a bit. I think the actual update process took about 5 minutes, but it's a one-time thing, so it's not something that you have to worry too much about. It's going to do it automatically, downloads, verifies, installs a system update. If you're familiar with updating your phone, this is just like that. But give yourself a few extra minutes when you first set the thing up to do that. Once it boots, you can transfer over your Google account information using your phone or laptop. Just go to a web page that it gives you, type in the PIN number, and then you're all set. Or you can just sign in with your Google account directly. Again, the nice thing is being able to hook up a USB keyboard for this purpose, even if you're not going to use it permanently. Once you get this message, then you're all set as far as that goes. It takes just another second to continue. You get that success message. Of course, you're going to have to accept terms of service. This is perfectly natural, perfectly normal for today, I guess. You do not have to give it location access, but a lot of apps don't work without it. You can opt into bug reporting. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. But that's the whole setup, really. From there, all I did was plug in the tuner, and I got this pop-up screen. You'll have to put in your zip code in order to begin the channel scan. You don't actually have to put in your own zip code, but certainly something very close to you. The tuner setup has been sped up significantly. It does take a lot more time than I'm showing here on the screen. You're going to find you get a lot of channels that you were not expecting to get. Once the setup completes, however, all you have to do is click Done. It's a good idea to rescan every so often just to make sure that if the channels have moved, that you're all set again. From here, the last thing you have to do is just set up the TV and soundbar and audio system if you want to. If you don't have to, if you don't want to, though. Once it's all done, then you finally get the home screen. It looks more or less like any other Android TV home screen. You do get the option of the Live Channels app and the Channel Master app, which kind of shows you what you've got and what's available to you. Of course, the very first thing it's going to do is update pretty much everything, which is okay. Looking into the Live Channels app, it gives you a little bit of, okay, this is how we're going to do this is how we're going to do that. You have Google Play, which is a source that you can use to get movies and stuff like that. You can also get other live TV channel sources, things like Pluto and Bloomberg, that are really just going to give you additional live TV content. The Google Play Store has almost all of the apps that you're going to want. Hulu, HBO Now, there are only two that really don't show up. There's no Netflix and there's no Amazon Prime Video at this time. However, there is Goat Simulator, as you saw, so that gives you a little bit of something. Of course, the centerpiece of all of this is the Live Channels app, and I gotta say, it's really good. It's very easy to read the guide. It's very consistent with the rest of the system, so you don't feel like we're going into something else. And it's very, very easy to use. You can see if something can be recorded, and in order to record, all you do is put in a flash drive, set it up as OTA DVR storage, and it does the rest. This part is in real time, by the way. It formats there's a 64 gig drive, and it ended up formatting it fast enough that I really didn't feel like I had to speed this up. So you get an idea that Pretty much any size drive you're going to put in there is going to be fine. This happened to be a flash drive. You can also use a portable hard drive. Either really worked. Taking a look at the Google Play Movies channel, you can see movie previews. It's very nice, very cable-like experience. Overall, the entire thing is actually very cable-like. You can go in and record something very easily, record just a series, or record the single program. It's completely up to you. This is a 2-tuner unit so that you can be recording one thing and watching another. You also have the ability to pause live TV. Here you can see I'm tuning to a channel. There's only a very short delay while the tuning takes place, and then it's nice and smooth. I think that delay is because it's buffering a little bit to give you the ability to pause live TV anytime you want. Pausing is nice and clear. Once again, like I said, this is very nicely integrated into the entire Android Google ecosystem. It looks like it really belongs there, and that's saying an awful lot. You have all of the pausing and trick play, fast forward, rewind kind of functionality that you want, and you can record something on the fly as well. One last thing to look at is the Series Manager, which is again very nice, very graphical. I think some cable companies could really learn from this sort of thing. Overall, this is a very nice, very clean experience and a very nice small unit, perfect for an apartment or for an extra room, that sort of thing. It's very nice because there is nothing more to pay ever, especially if you don't subscribe to any streaming services. There's nothing more to pay. And you get the option to have over-the-air TV with a nice clean DVR and a guide, which is very, very welcome. It's a perfect thing for a cord cutter who's looking for a one-time purchase, not to ever pay anything ever again. It's nice looking. It doesn't really look like a piece of equipment. It looks almost like a kind of an Amazon Echo or something like that. Overall, big win for Channel Master.